Am I the a-hole for wanting to take my stepmother to court over my father's estate? My father passed away less than 10 days ago. He'd been battling cancer for a long time. The decline was fast toward the end, but none of us were surprised when the time came. I'm in my 40s now, and my dad had been married to my stepmother, Kim, for about 20 years. For most of that time, my relationship with Kim was fine. We weren't especially close, but we were friendly. I was much closer with my dad. He and I spoke regularly on the phone, and I visited whenever I could. Even when he got sick, I tried to spend as much time with him as possible. Losing him hurts more than I can put into words. But what's happened since his death has made the grief so much worse. On the day Dad passed, Kim immediately went into business mode. She started calling lawyers, rushing around town, making arrangements, and she very bluntly told my sister and me that she didn't need any help. Still, I offered anyway. I said I could help clean out his truck, tidy the house, run errands, whatever she needed. At the time, she accepted, and everything seemed okay between us. Then, just 2 days later, things exploded. Out of nowhere, Kim sent my sister a text message saying that I had told someone my dad's death was suspicious. She said I was accusing her of foul play. This is absolutely false. I never said that. I don't even know who she could have been talking about. I had only spoken with a couple of close family members, and I was very clear with all of them that Dad's death was simply the natural end of his cancer. The thought that it was suspicious never crossed my mind. But Kim took this rumor and ran with it. She declared that I was not to contact her under any circumstances. When I heard this, I was stunned. I drove over to my dad's house, my childhood home, immediately to try to clear things up. The moment I arrived, Kim stormed out the back door, screaming at the top of her lungs. "Get the F*** out of here." Then she called the police. Within 48 hours of my father's passing, Kim had me slapped with a no trespass order. I am legally barred from setting foot on my childhood home for at least a year. It was like being erased from the place where I grew up, the same house where I said my last goodbye to my dad. We buried Dad yesterday. Kim didn't say a single word to me. During dinner, I stood up and made a heartfelt speech about my father, sharing memories of his kindness, his humor, and the things he taught me. Everyone else in the room listened, but Kim sat with her eyes cast down, deliberately refusing to make eye contact. It was like I didn't exist. Today, I asked to see the will. She did provide a copy to my sister, but the whole thing felt off. My sister's name is misspelled. The children are listed strangely. And unsurprisingly, the document says Kim is essentially in charge of everything. This is where my concern deepens. 2 years ago, my father called me and asked for my social security number. He said he needed it for retirement beneficiary paperwork. He also called my sister and asked her for the same thing. My sister asked him directly why he wasn't listing Kim. He told her, "Kim already has a solid retirement. She won't need mine. I want to make sure you kids are taken care of." So now, seeing a will that gives Kim all the power makes me deeply uneasy. I don't trust her to carry out my father's wishes. After everything that's happened, the false accusations, the police involvement, the trespass order, I don't believe she would voluntarily give my sister and me what Dad intended us to have. That's why I want to file a demand for a formal administration of my father's will. But here's where it gets even more complicated. My aunts and uncles, my dad's own siblings, don't see things the way I do. On one hand, they admit Kim went way overboard with the trespass order. They say it was unreasonable and unnecessary. On the other hand, they still seem to take her side. They keep inviting her to family events, treating her like she's one of them. My uncle even threatened to disown me if I keep pursuing this in court. It's baffling. Kim never seemed especially close to them. I've always been the one who stayed connected with my extended family, calling them, visiting them, showing up at gatherings. Yet now, after Dad's death, it feels like they're siding with her, the woman who cut me out of my own childhood home and humiliated me in front of the police. The only people truly standing by me are my sister and my wife. They both believe I'm being reasonable. They agree that Dad wanted his retirement to go to us, not Kim. But almost everyone else acts like I'm the problem, like I'm just bitter or stirring up unnecessary conflict. I don't understand how I became the villain in this story. I love my dad. I want to honor what he told us he wanted. I don't trust Kim to do that. And I can't shake the feeling that if I just roll over and let this go, my sister and I will lose everything Dad intended for us, not just financially, but emotionally too. His legacy, his memory, his trust. But the backlash from my extended family has me questioning myself. Am I really being unreasonable for pursuing legal action against my stepmother? Am I dishonoring my father's memory by fighting his widow? Or am I right to protect what my dad told me he wanted? Am I the a hole?